Hey, everybody, coming up next, watch out. We tackle the most common kitchen disasters with Chef Christopher.
Yeah,
there
this
he
is
is.
fun. What to do when you
Chef
maybe
Christopher.
burnt the chicken or oversalted
Oh,
the
no.
meal. Perfect
He did it.
solutions and substitutions, so you don't have to throw it out.
It's not a disaster, is it? Is it, Chef? You saved the day, right?
Woo. All right, it's happened to all of us. Not me, ever. You're slaving in the kitchen and all of a sudden disaster strikes. But have no fear, Chef Christopher Karnrick is here for the rescue. He is the co-author of the book, Kitchen Disaster Solutions and Substitutions. Good morning,
Good
Chef.
morning, how are you?
Good to have you here. So here's my first question.
Yeah.
Should we be embarrassed? I said that I've never had a kitchen disaster, but I've had plenty in my time. Should we be embarrassed about them?
No, and you know what? If you're not having a disaster in the kitchen, then you're not experimenting in the kitchen.
Okay,
But
so
here's
it's good. You're supposed to have them.
You are, but here's the three most common mistakes that people make that you could avoid them. One, don't go and make a recipe you've never done before for guests. Okay, so people look in the magazine, they say, oh, that lobster, look how pretty it is. Well, it's probably been lacquered. Okay, so practice on your family, not on your guests. Know it before you show it. Number two, use fresh ingredients. You don't know if that recipe was using canned stock or canned this because it'll tend to oversalt, and oversalting is a big problem. Use half the salt in a recipe.
So what if you do salt? Is there a remedy that can fix that if you oversalted?
Well, of course there is in the book.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you because of your guests. All right. A teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of cider vinegar in an oversalted dish. You can stir it up really quick and serve it.
In anything? Is that even with pasta? I mean, what kind of dishes are we talking about that'll work?
Anything that's liquid.
Liquid.
Or soft, or like spaghetti sauce or any of that. Now, it won't take out the salt, but what will happen is it tricks your taste buds.
Okay.
So you won't taste it, but in the morning, your guests are going to wake up all bloated and go, what happened? But anyway.
They're still going to need to drink plenty of water.
Third mistake.
Okay.
Never, ever admit defeat.
Okay,
no matter
why do you say that?
You change your disaster, you recreate, redirect, and you go to that table with full conviction. That is exactly what you had planned.
Conviction and confidence. I love that.
All right, we're going to show you some disasters right now.
Let's go ahead and get started.
All right, so the first thing, burnt chicken.
Oh.
You know, I hate burnt chicken or burnt anything because the smoke alarm goes off. Everybody comes running in and says, what happened? Well, you know what? Here's what we're going to do.
You can really save this?
We're going to do it right now. Here's what we're going to do.
I have to see it to believe it.
We're going to get your homemade barbecue sauce because you're not using, you did it from scratch, and you're just going to get cola. And you're going to add some cola, and you're going to stir that. And the reason why you want the cola is you want it to penetrate the burnt parts here.
You don't have to cut the burnt stuff,
don't cut it off because you run a risk of exposing the flesh. So what you're going to do is you're going to do this, and the cola and the barbecue is going to soak right in. I'm going to splash barbecue sauce on you, sorry.
That's all right.
So you're going to get off the major parts that are burned here. You're going to get this to soak in so that some of that burnt flavor or burnt crust will actually have a barbecue flavor. Then you're going to take this and you're going to put it in a pan on top of some onions and cover it and just heat it, because that way it'll keep it moist. And in case it wasn't
what do the
cooked all
onions
way.
do? Is that for taste, or
no,
is that
it brings it brings moisture back up into the kitchen or chicken. It won't cause it to dry out, and it kind of is like a deodorizer for the food as well. So you get rid of all that burn
Very interesting.
All right.
I never knew. All right.
Another disaster. You're cooking vegetables. As a matter of fact, you've been out there talking about how much you hate soggy vegetables. And you go back in the kitchen, you lift, and you have got a big soggy mess here.
Okay.
So you got to save face. You ready? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to saunter back out to the hors d'oeuvre table as if nothing happened. You're going to grab some brie cheese. Cheese. You're going to dump the brie cheese in, and we're going to jazz this up with some saffron. And then you're just going to get a blender. You're going to blend this up.
Okay.
And you're
Go ahead.
And I'm going to put squash on you now. And then afterwards, when you blend this all up, this is the end result.
you already have a finished dish.
I finished the dish here.
So is this soup now?
This is now, you declare with full conviction,
okay.
This was an elegant saffron squash soup that you prepared.
That sounds so much
you add
better
some
than
chicken broth
soggy
to thin it out.
vegetables.
All right, next.
Okay.
This is going to save you so much money. This is a substitution.
Ooh, I like that.
Have you ever been following a recipe and all of a sudden there's an ingredient you need and you don't have time to go to the store and get it, your guests are coming, like sweetened condensed milk. Okay, 14-ounce can, you know, it's like you run to the cabinet, it's not there. Well, you know what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get a cup and 2 tablespoons of powdered milk.
That's powdered milk,
Powdered milk. We're gonna get a 1/2 cup of water.
Okay.
3/4 cup of sugar. And you're gonna put that in a pan and you're gonna heat it up and stir it. And when it's hot, it's sweetened condensed milk.
I love it.
And if you need it even faster, we have a blender recipe for you.
Okay.
Last little
disaster. What's in the blender here?
Powdered sugar you don't have. You're just gonna get regular sugar, put it in here, hit liquefy, and it will come out powdered sugar.
That's all that's in there is sugar? There's nothing else added into it?
And do not use brown sugar because brown sugar has molasses and it'll just gum up your blender.
I always wondered what powdered sugar is, what kind of...
It's just pureed sugar.
Very interesting. All right. Well, you have a special offer for our viewers this morning. You actually are here all the way from Spain.
From Spain,
and you offer these cooking tours. Explain what these are.
We have people who come for a week and they stay in a typical Andalusian house, about 300 or 400 years old, and they learn Andalusian cooking for a week. Everything's all included.
Those are people,
some great guests that we have. And then at the end of the week, they actually prepare a dinner for 6 locals.
Really?
Yeah, and there's no disasters.
Can you
that people see?
I was just going to say, but even if there is a disaster, it's okay.
You wouldn't believe some of the things that happen in the kitchen, but you will never know because with full conviction, you go out there and declare
confidence. I love it. All right. Well, and your special offer, by the way, let people know. They mentioned the morning blend.
20% off of the full inclusive price of a week in Spain and Andalusia.
And where can we get your book, Kitchen Disasters?
Amazon.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You are so much fun. I hope you come back.
I will. Thank you.
We don't hope for any more disasters, but we like you. All right. Let's send it over to Bill.
We have the same motto, never admit defeat. Mistake, not even in my vocabulary.